Hello everybody, it's Hayden from Coaster City, and today I am back for the first time in almost 3 months. And the funny thing is, at the end of my last video, I told you all that I'd be sharing with you a new video in a few weeks, and once again I have the same excuse, and that is just that I didn't get around to doing it, and I apologize. However, I will tell you some good news, and that is that Sunday, and today is Monday, I went to Kentucky Kingdom for the Last Rides event, and I took a ton of vlogs that I will be sharing with you all, and I promise that this one will be shared with you all in a few weeks, unlike, you know, what I say every video. I really promise that I will get this one done soon. But today I will be presenting to you a new coaster battle of Storm Chaser and Lightning Run. These two rides are of course both located in Kentucky Kingdom, which is my home park, and these are two of my favorite rides out there. Both of these rides aren't very long, aren't very tall, but they're super intense and super fun, and if you've been to Kentucky Kingdom 2, I'm sure you love them as well. So without further ado, let's jump into this coaster battle. First up is our first drop category, and as intense as the drop of Lightning Run is, it really can't beat Storm Chaser's barrel roll drop. If you've ever ridden Storm Chaser, you know what it's like. It's this incredible weightless feeling, and to be honest, it's better than any regular drop I've ever ridden besides, I don't know, maybe Intimidator 305. But the airtime and the weightlessness is really incredible, and it's so unique that it has to win this point. For our next category, we have the airtime, and both of these coasters' main feature is the airtime. There is a ridiculous amount of airtime on both of these rides. Both of these rides focus on ejector airtime more than floater, which to be honest, I prefer. I love that feeling of just being thrown out of your seat, and on both of these rides, you feel like you are really flying. Although both have incredible airtime, I feel that Storm Chaser throws you out of your seat just a slight bit more. Therefore, it will be winning this category. However, like I said, both are incredible at airtime. The next category is the duration category, and I measure roller coaster's duration from the top of the lift hill. I feel that the lift hill and everything before that is really just adding on to make it look better. But here I am just counting what is after the lift hill, because that's really all that matters on any ride. Storm Chaser is about 48 seconds long, and Lightning Run is about 43 seconds long, which means Storm Chaser will win this category as well. Fun fact, by the way, Cedar Point's new roller coaster Steel Vengeance, which I'm sure you've heard of, will feature 27.2 seconds of pure airtime, which is over half the length of both of these roller coasters, not counting the lift hills, which I find pretty incredible. The fact that Steel Vengeance has that much airtime is absolutely incredible, and I know it doesn't relate to what we're talking about here, but I thought that that was pretty interesting. The next category is theming, and if you've ever visited Kentucky Kingdom, you can tell that they have absolutely zero theming of any kind. The only theming they have is that slight theming left over from Six Flags, and even before that when Ed owned the park, and that is very little. The only things that are themed now are a couple of restaurants and Raging Rapids River Ride, which even then is barely themed. Neither one of these rides have theming besides the logos on the front of the trains and at the front of the station. There is nothing in the station or surrounding the track, therefore I won't be giving a point to either one of these. I kinda wasted your time with this category, but I felt that it should be thrown out there that neither of these rides have theming, and Kentucky Kingdom really needs to step this up soon, because I'm a big fan of theming, and the fact that they don't have any is kind of a bummer. Next up is the layout category, and although both rides have a very cool and unique layout considering we don't have much room around the park, so everything is very compact, I prefer Lightning Runs because of how much more compact it is, and I personally love the way it overlaps itself a few times. I really like those near-miss type elements where you pass under or over the track of the same ride, and that's exactly what Lightning Run does, which means I will be giving Lightning Run a point for this. Next up is the height category, and the park lists both rides at about 100 feet, but I believe that they're only rounding the numbers down or up to 100 to make it look better. I really don't think that these are accurate measurements, considering I've heard a lot of people say Storm Chaser's 120, and I've heard a lot of people say that Lightning Run's either 110 or flat out 100. But usually it gets brought up to me that Storm Chaser is over 100, and although I'm pretty sure at this point that Storm Chaser is a few feet taller than Lightning Run, I'll give both rides a point just to be sure, because I don't want to make anyone mad here with these stats. Next up is the speed category, and Lightning Run apparently has a top speed of 55 miles an hour, and Storm Chaser falls short with 52 miles an hour. I'm not really sure how this works, considering I'm pretty sure Storm Chaser is taller, but maybe it's just the fact that Storm Chaser has a barrel roll and it has a little pre-drop, maybe that slows it down a bit. Either way, I'll be giving Lightning Run the point, considering it is listed to go 3 miles an hour faster. Next up, we have the intensity category, and for me personally, I have always found Lightning Run a bit more intense. It may not have any inversions, whereas Storm Chaser has 3, but its compact layout and sharp turns make it a very intense ride. And I usually gray out on this ride, and even one time, I blacked out on it. And I know that sounds crazy and just impossible, but it did happen to me one time. So I'll be giving Lightning Run the point, considering I've never really grayed out or blacked out on Storm Chaser before. Next up is the smoothness category, and both rides are incredibly smooth. However, ever since Storm Chaser got its new wheels about halfway through the 2016 season, it has been a bit smoother. This is only my opinion, but I feel that Lightning Run has a little bit of a rattle at times. I know that sounds crazy, but at the bottom of the drops you can just kind of feel the cart shake, and although this really doesn't bother me, considering I actually like rougher rides, I will give Storm Chaser the point because it doesn't have this rattle or any rattle of any kind. And our winner by only 1 point is Storm Chaser. I personally like this ride just a tiny bit more. Lightning Run is very incredible as well, and they're both at the same park, so if you ever visit Kentucky Kingdom, you don't have to worry about riding one or the other, you can ride them both. But I really did this just to break down and see which one I think is better, and just personally, I think it's Storm Chaser by a little bit, and I've heard mixed opinions. I've heard a lot of people say Lightning Run and a lot say Storm Chaser, but I think with the airtime and the inversions and the smoothness that you just have to give this ride a point. RMC did another great job turning Twisted Twins into this, and in my opinion it's currently the best ride in Kentucky Kingdom, and it might be for years to come. By the way, quick shout out to my friend Trey. A lot of the photos that were used in this video were sent to me by him. If you like those photos and you'd like to see more of them, make sure to go onto Instagram and follow him at ThrillPark. That's all one word, no capitals, no underscore. And also, don't forget that I will be making a new vlog, and that will be coming out later this week or next week, depending on how much time I have to edit it, and I think you'll really enjoy it. I think I got some pretty good videos, and it was a lot of fun to make. So thank you all very much for watching, and I will catch you all next time.